This is the 41-year-old teenager, Roger Haeske, and this is part 2 of my top 8 anti-aging secrets and permanent youth maintaining secrets. You're going to learn how to rejuvenate, restore your body, and give yourself radiant health, happiness, and to help you, this will be a major step in helping you to unleash your full potential physically, mentally, and even spiritually. All right, so let's review. The number 8 secret was getting plenty of sunshine, okay? And as I reveal to you some of the other secrets, I'm going to tie in why when I get plenty of sunshine, it doesn't age me. And, and that has more to do because I'm more in tune with nature. And if you're in tune with nature, you can be outside in the sunshine because, when humans first got here, were we not out in the sun all the time? Did we all have houses? And, early humans were nomadic. They traveled, they were outdoors all the time, okay? So before agriculture, we were all outside, all in the sun. We have to live in the tropics where it's warm because without clothing and without shelter, it's going to be too cold. So our natural environment is the tropics, is in the sunshine. All right, now, my next secret, okay, and again, this is a controversial one. And this is a lot of people, even in the health movement, try to tell you how important this is. But I'm going to explain to you why it's not, all right? And that is, I don't eat salt. Now, we do need sodium, okay? We do need it, but we need it from natural forms, from plants, what they call organic forms, where the plant has converted it into an organic mineral that the body can actually use. But salt, any kind of salt that is crystallized or rock, something like that, that is poison. It is highly harmful to your health. Salt kills the cells it comes in contact with. It is a poison. And when you, like me, don't eat salt, and occasionally I do, I'll go out to some kind of restaurant, and occasionally, I'll splurge occasionally, and those dishes, more often than not, are going to have salt in them. And, when I get home later, I feel my eyes are bulging, and I just feel uncomfortable. I feel the salt going through me and actually burning my cells. And I know for sure that salt is a premature aging factor, okay? Salt is, I believe it's an antibiotic. I mean, if you want to preserve stuff, you put it in salt. But you don't want to put living cells in salt. It destroys it. If you put salt on the grass, okay, it will kill the grass. It kills living tissue, okay? Salt is not something that you need to take from an outside source. You eat plenty of celery, tomatoes, other dark leafy vegetables, and you're going to get all the sodium you need. And I've been doing this for at least 7 years now. So if I would have had an imbalance, it would have happened a long time ago. So it's not true that you need salt. There are even cultures, certain American Indian cultures didn't even know what salt was. Salt is not something you need to add. And it's something, by the way, that deadens your taste buds. Okay, it can deaden your taste buds for up to 2 hours and make it much more difficult to, have the full range of taste in your mouth. So if you want to be able to taste foods, one of the things you want to do, you have better taste, is get rid of the salt. Okay, so that's step number 7, or secret number 7. Okay, secret number 6. No stimulants. That means no coffee, no drugs, prescription drugs or illegal, like marijuana, cocaine. Obviously, these things are going to age you. Cigarettes, coffee, all of these things are aging you prematurely. That is poison to your body. And I think it's just common sense that you should know that the more of that stuff you do, look at the people who drink a lot of coffee. Look at their dried, shriveled skin. I was so lucky that my parents, when I was younger, taught me to avoid getting addicted to things. They taught me the dangers of drugs, the dangers of cigarettes, and that, as an athlete, I wouldn't want to put that stuff in my body and destroy my health. And I didn't want to get addicted to coffee. I remember when I started going to work, and we had these coffee breaks, and virtually everyone was drinking coffee. And I was like, no, I'm not going to fall into that trap. I'm not going to start drinking coffee, and luckily that never became a habit. Sure, I've had coffee sometimes, but throughout my life, very rarely. And so now I haven't had it for probably at least 15, 20 years, something like that. I just don't drink coffee anymore. Okay, so that's very important, should be obvious. Don't do drugs. They destroy your health, destroy your immune system. Don't smoke. Don't drink coffee. All right? Alcohol, same thing. It's going to age you. It's going to kill you. It's not something you want to do if you want to reach your full potential and you want to be a super being in life. Okay. The next one, secret number 5, is I get plenty of sleep. All right? This is one thing. I've always been a kind of person who likes to get enough sleep. I don't like going through the day without enough sleep. So I make it a priority, get enough sleep. If I'm tired, I sleep more. Whenever possible, and this is especially, I made it this way, I don't wake up to an alarm clock. I just keep sleeping. And what I found, I've done experiments on this, my strength is increased, my peak performance increases, my ability to get things done. I think sharper when I get more sleep. And there's no question in my mind that by getting plenty of sleep and not trying to burn the candle at both ends, I'm rejuvenating and healing my body and keeping it younger. So if you want to look younger, feel younger, one of the big key components, and number 5, is getting enough sleep and getting plenty of sleep. And just one other quick point. Some of the top athletes around the world, Olympic athletes, professional athletes, they're sleeping 10 plus hours a night. Okay, how many hours a night are you sleeping? Now, some people are different. Some people simply don't need that much sleep. But even people who need a lot of sleep, I know this athlete, she was a bodybuilder, and she stopped growing. And what happened is the person who was training her found out she was only sleeping 6 hours a night. And she felt perfectly fine and refreshed on 6 hours a night. He told her, up your sleep intake. Get more sleep. Okay? She increased her sleep to 9 hours a night. And her muscles started growing in size in leaps and bounds. I forgot the exact numbers. But in a short time, her stagnation stopped completely and her muscle growth just expanded like crazy. So, sleep is very important. Everyone's trying to to miss out on it. That's why people are drinking coffee in the morning. That's why they're smoking cigarettes. They're stimulating themselves, trying to wake themselves up. Okay, but when you stimulate yourself, it's the same thing as whipping yourself. Okay, whipping. And eventually you run out of energy. You are destroying your health. Coffee is highly acidic, highly toxic. Don't put that stuff in your body if you want to stay young. Okay, secret number 4. Okay, and secret number 4 has a lot to do, and so secret number 3 has a lot to do with secret number 8, which is getting plenty of sunshine. Okay, so secret number 4 is eating tons or loads of raw fruit, high antioxidant fruit. All right, but basically getting a variety of raw. It has to be raw. It cannot be cooked. It cannot be canned. It can be frozen. Okay, freezing does the least damage. But if you knew how much fruit I eat in a day, you'd be shocked. All right, and there's a lot of schools of thought telling you, ooh, watch out for too much sugar and all that. That's a bunch of baloney. Every cell in our body runs on sugar. The first taste bud we develop as children is a sweet taste bud. Now, it makes sense to me that eating sugar is a natural part of our diet, but we have to eat it from natural sources, from whole foods, from fruits, okay? And that's where you're going to get your main source of calories if you want to stay young and have incredible anti-aging. I eat 15 to 20 bananas a day. I eat lots of wild blueberries. I eat cherries. strawberries, oranges, you know, you name it, all different kinds of fruit. And those fruit are one of the main things that are keeping me young. And because they're so high in antioxidants, okay, because of the way I eat, I have probably 10 times more antioxidants in my body than most people, okay? And those antioxidants are what are protecting me from the sunshine, from the rays of the sun. This is nature's system of protecting the body. We need the sun, okay? And then the sun shines on the trees and the fruits and the vegetables, and it imparts its life into it, and we eat those, and the fruits are actually little containers of sunshine and happiness. You know, for 6.5 years, I had depression, all right? And life was a living hell. But as soon as I made about 50% of my diet coming from fruits, raw fruits, and some vegetables, my depression went away. And I'm going to get into that a little more in a little bit, okay? But getting plenty of fruit is just great for the skin, okay? You want to look young, you want to feel young, you fuel your body with the superfood for humans, which is fruits. Now the next superfood for humans, and tip number 3, secret number 3, is eating tons of leafy green vegetables. And I'm going to make a further refinement on that. I eat them blended in a Vitamix. Okay? Now, you don't have to do that. The main key is when you eat your vegetables, you need to chew, and chew. You break it down until it's liquefied. Okay? And, you know, it's all the saliva is swishing around and you're digesting it and you're getting all the nutrients from it. Okay? I happen to like using a Vitamix and blending, making like blended salads where I liquefy tomatoes and cucumbers, celery, and all that, and spinach or romaine lettuce, and it's more like a soup, a thick soup. All right, but the Vitamix breaks it all down and makes sure everything is chewed. And because I make it like this, I really enjoy it, and I tend to eat more. You know, sometimes I'll eat 3 or 4 huge salads. You know, what most people would consider a huge salad, that's just one of mine. Okay, and I'll eat 3 or 4 of those in an evening. So that is secret number 3, okay, for anti-aging, youth restoration, perma-youth body. Now, remember, I really think that the Vitamix or a blender, a high-powered blender, it can be a regular blender. A Vitamix just makes it quicker and easier. It's a very powerful blender. Secret number 2. And this is a very important secret as we're down to number 2. And by the way, there's a lot of antioxidants in secret number 3 in the veggies. So that also protects you from the sunshine, and they're very high in minerals. Secret number 2, why am I saying Viagra? No, it's vigorous exercise. Okay? I've created several different fitness programs. In fact, well, my main one, my best-selling one, is the Lightning Speed Fitness Program. And it's not, you know, the simple little aerobics that you do for an hour. It's stuff that builds muscle in your legs and your upper body. It builds functionally strong muscle that you can use in athletics, and it does it in a relatively short period of time. You can get a fantastic workout in 15 minutes or less. And if you do one of the exercises in there, if you can manage to do 4 minutes, that means you're like in pro athlete shape. So one of the keys to staying young is use it or lose it. Okay? If you want to stay young, you got to move. What, you know, the young kids, they're moving around, they're jumping around. I go to a party, you know, I don't want to sit down. I want to be up. I want to move. Okay? Because my body is youthful, I have the energy, and I'm exercising all the time, which gives me more energy, and I am moving my body, sometimes as quickly as possible. All right? I push it. Okay? That makes you more youthful. It releases, when you do vigorous, strong, muscle-building exercise in a proper way, as I explained in the Lightning Speed Fitness Program at lightningspeedfitness.com, you release human growth hormone. Okay? there's a study done, there's a certain kind of exercise that if you do it for at least 30 seconds, okay, you will release 500% more human growth hormone than just, through daily life. So the human growth hormone is one of the things that helps keep you young. All right? So I highly recommend vigorous muscle building exercise. Sure, aerobics are fine, and I even have a aerobics program as part of the Lightning Speed Fitness program. But really intense stuff. I even have a special bonus that I created, which I haven't released to the public except on occasions, which is called the Youth Restorer exercise. And you do this, and you're gonna start getting younger again. And it also burns fat like crazy. All right, now the number one secret okay, to staying young and youthful and energetic, okay, having a 41-and-a-half-year-old body chronologically, but being more like 18 or 20 physically, all right? My secret for that is, it has to do with things we've already spoken about, but it's called the raw food diet. So not only am I eating lots of raw fruits and lots of raw vegetables, everything I eat is raw. There is nothing that is cooked, okay? Because cooked food is as bad or worse for your health and for staying young than smoking cigarettes or drinking coffee or doing drugs and things like that. It is horrible. Why do you think these people, so many people look so old and their skin is all dried and crinkly? It's because of the food they're eating. Even, people who are really into their health, but they don't eat raw. They age prematurely, okay? If you eat a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables, and occasionally, some fattier foods, some avocados, some nuts and seeds, you are going to have a total rejuvenation of your body. This is the biggest secret. The first time I went on a raw food diet, I did it for about 3 days. I didn't really know what the heck I was doing. But the one thing I did notice is that my skin, it all felt tighter. I felt like 10 years younger. And this was in my, in my early 20s. No, actually more in my later 20s, I think. I just felt an incredible, like my skin everywhere on my body just felt tighter. And on the contrary, now I've been eating a 100% raw food diet minus very infrequent cheating occasions. I've been doing that since 2001. And anyway, what I've noticed when I have those cheat days, I wake up the next day after eating cooked food and I can't recognize my face. I'm like, it's got these huge I got these huge bags under my eyes. And by the way, where do you think the bags come from? Drinking coffee, eating cooked food. Most people, they go on a raw food diet. If they have those bags, eventually they go away or they reduce dramatically. I mean, I've seen some incredible rejuvenation and beauty, the restoration of beauty to people who are, quite old. But I can't believe how young they look. It's because of the raw food diet. So you combine the raw food diet, which I teach people how to do, by the way, at howtogораw.com. Okay, it's just pretty simple, howtogораw.com. Also, you can find out more about me and everything I do at my blog at rogerhaeske.com. So I teach people how to do that. I show you the easy ways. And one of the most important things to get you to eat raw is to realize, look, it's going to make you young. It's going to help you live a life you've never even dreamed of. And, there are a lot of issues. People tend to have problems. They're addicted to their cooked food, or they don't know how to do the raw food diet properly, and there's little things that hold them back. So that's what I help people out with. But if you just start adding, make your breakfast all fruit, make your lunch all fruit, and add some vegetables, you're going to see some major differences. You're going to lose weight. You're going to start feeling and looking younger. And after you've done that experiment, there may become a time where you want to go all the way and I will be there for you. So anyway, this is the 41-year-old teenager, how I'm known around the world via my email newsletter, Roger Haeske. Hoping you enjoyed these tips, these perma-youth tips, my anti-aging secrets, and I hope to see you sometime soon, and maybe we'll go outside and run or exercise together. Take care.